Good afternoon. It is 12 o'clock, and that can mean only one thing. It is Rob's here for your latest episode of my 20 and 21 sessions. And I'm going to be talking to you today all about how to build out that first chatbot in HubSpot free tools. So, there's going to be some functionality that obviously cannot be done, but we're here to talk to you all about the free tools in HubSpot, which are so powerful. And each week we've been kind of spreading along and going through them to kind of give you the best start in using these tools to build your business and generate some leads and customers. So let's dive in. So as ever, each time when we start, I always start you off on the dashboard here in HubSpot. So it's the first place that you will see when you log in. And from here, we're going to begin our navigation. So chatbots fall underneath conversation flows. This is where emails and chats and messengers all are housed within the HubSpot world. So we're going to go right ahead and click conversations in the top window and go to chat flows. As you can see, this is a blank empty portal that I use for demonstrating. So we're going to firstly go ahead and click in the top right hand corner and create a new chat flow. Firstly, it asks us where would we like to add this chat flow. Now, as you can see, it's offering us website, which means that as long as the tracking code has been programmed into our website, then the moment we create a chat flow here in HubSpot and activate it, it's going to use the tracking code that's already in place, and it will just magically appear on your site. The other option, which is really handy, as you can see, is Facebook Messenger. So this is a more simplified version of a chatbot, but what it does allow you to do is to handle those initial inquiries that are coming in perhaps from your Facebook page, if you do have one. We don't have a big presence on Facebook as a business because our audience live and breathe on LinkedIn and YouTube, so that's where we put our energies. But certainly for many of you out there, many different businesses, Facebook is a huge part of that marketing strategy. And so having this will also enable you to handle inquiries from Facebook directly into HubSpot and then utilize all of those amazing extra tools that we can do straight from Facebook itself. But for today and for demonstration purposes, we're going to go right ahead and click website. So the next questions are going to be around what kind of chat flow are we looking to create? So kind of my opinion on this is that every website should certainly have at least a minimal version of a chat flow, which just asks someone their name, their email address, says, some basic information that can be determined by perhaps the page they're on, and that just gives a good impression. So then there are much more complicated bots. Now, within the free tools, as mentioned, not everything is available, understandably so. And you can see the padlock icon here is telling us that is locked on this particular subscription, and it's only available in Service Pro. Certain things are only available in Sales Pro. So most of these here are available with Service Pro. So there are, as you say, live chat, which is just a straight up chat. And all that live chat will do is pop up a question, as you can see here, like, hello, please let me know if you have any questions. And that's going to rely fully upon a representative being there to answer those inquiries as they come in real time. So it will notify you in HubSpot, it will notify you on your app or on your email, whatever your preferences are, which we looked at in a previous episode. And that is going to be a live one-to-one chat. What we're interested in today is the bots. Now, bots are going to take away some of that kind of initial rush to answer a question, speak to a customer. They can be really powerful if used correctly. So there are different types of templates here. Obviously, the ones that a lot we can't use, but we can have a qualify lead bot, a meeting bot, or we can start from scratch. Now, I am going to start from scratch for today's purposes. However, qualify leads and meetings bots are two really well programmed chatbots, which you can drop in straight away and just maybe modify some of the text, but most of the hard work has already been done for you. So really worth considering if you're unsure of the kind of flow that you wish to create on your website. As I said, we're going to build one together here from scratch because I'm silly probably and brave doing this live, but we're going to go ahead and give it a go. So we click start from scratch and then we go down to the bottom right hand corner and we click next. Firstly, it then asks us which chat inbox would we like this to appear in within our conversation flow. So if you go to conversations at the top of your HubSpot channel, you're going to be presented with your conversation view. This is going to bring in all of the different chat flows, bots, live chats, messenger connections, email box connections into one place. So we're going to leave it on the default settings of inbox, and we're also going to leave it in English because I don't speak any other languages. I apologize. So we're going to hit create, and here we are at the chat flow builder. So the first thing that we're going to do is just give this a title. So you can see at the top there in the center, we click the pencil, we can highlight the text, remove it, and we can suggest that this is going to be a website visitor chat flow. Miss the R, and chat flow is probably 2 words. Depends how you just consider it. Actually, it's 1 word, but so the first thing you have to have with a chat flow is an initial question that pops up. That's the only action that you can have. So we can click onto here and we can then tailor this in it. So in this instance, I'm going to put thanks for visiting our site. Do you have any questions I can help you with? Okay, and this is the preview. So you can see on the right hand side as we're typing this, it's also giving us a preview of what that's going to look like in reality on our website. So I'm going to click save and then move on. So the next thing that we're going to look at is the responses that we want. So first we click the plus, and these are all of the actions that we can have. Now, as I said, the first thing that this must do is ask a question because that's how they're programmed. So we've already got one here, which is there, ready for us to go. So we're going to ask that question. So I don't know, are you interested in seeing some pricing? Okay, and then we can decide to give the visitor an option to click a reply. So some predetermined replies so that we can handle those. So we can do yes, create an option, no thanks, maybe later. So we're not going to save these responses. So let me click save. So you can start to see how we can build this out. So the first thing that's going to happen is the window will pop up and it's going to say, thanks for visiting our site. Do you have any questions I can help you with? And then we wait, and then it will put, are you interested in seeing some pricing? And it'll offer them yes, no, thanks, or maybe later. From here, we can then do different questions. So we can also offer some different actions. As again, some things are not available on free, sadly, but you know, there are many things that we can do. So we got the message that we've looked at, which is the first one. We've got a question, which is here, which is available with some responses. We can offer them to subscribe to our email subscription or mail sign up. We can set different values in our CRM, so we can actually update certain values based on their names. So for example, let's just put a message, depending on what they click there. Let's say they say, we're going to send them a message and say, great, thanks. Can I take your name, please? Put that in the wrong box. Or it's a name request internally. Great, thanks. I will update the team. Can I take your name? Not sure where I'm going with that, so I'm going to delete it. I was trying to say if I could be personal. It's probably a bit weird at this stage because we're only just meeting them. So then what we're going to do is ask the question, name. And so we're saying, what is your name? And then it's going to actually save that property to the contact record of contact name. So once they type in a response, it will save that automatically against their record in HubSpot. So you can potentially start to build up some information on your prospects. Obviously, the more information you can get out of somebody without talking, the better your marketing communication can be with them, the better the personal experience you can offer them in the future. And when they come back to the site, we can do different things. So I'm going to send another message. So it might just be thanks. So the good thing is, if we've now got their name from the previous response, we can now say, thanks for that, and we can use their name. So we can click contact token, we can search for name, first name, yeah, and default value, thanks, yeah, insert. So thanks for that name. I will pass over your inquiry. Save. And at the moment, that's where we're going to end this chat flow. So really simple. Someone's going to arrive on the site. We're going to ask them if there's any questions, see if they're interested in some pricing. I'll tell them that we've received that response. We're then going to ask them their name, and then we're going to thank them. So if we go ahead and click preview in the top right, we'll see whether this is working as we hope. So here we go. Yes, I'd like some pricing. So it says, great, thanks, I like that team. Can I take your name, please? What is your name? Rob. See, thanks for that, Rob. I'll pass over your inquiry. And then the ending of the chat. So in a really, really very simple, within 5 minutes, we've managed to create our very first chat flow that we could now program and push out to our visitors. So the next thing that we want to consider, even within this basic, is the options of targeting. So you can have an array of different chatbots, and they can all be targeting different people, but they can also be targeting different pages. So we can say when the website URL is something specific, so /pricing, for example. So when the website is pricing.htm, so that will be our pricing page of our website, we're going to show this particular chatbot. The reason is I'm asking whether they'd be interested in the pricing. So certain other things that you can do, now you can combine these rules as we're looking at here, or you can have just individual rules for visitors. So we could say that when a visitor who is on a particular list, or so when a visitor is a contact. So that's always great, because if they're a known contact, actually probably for this example, a segmented list. So let's just, for example, imagine we have a list in our CRM of our known customers. We're not going to want to ask those customers if they want to know about pricing, because they should already know about pricing. So it might just be that we're going to ask them something different because there's a reason they're on that pricing page. And we want to try and find out what that is. If they're not a customer of ours, then we're going to be wanting to talk to them about pricing. So you can kind of exclude people or include people based on a segmented list. You can do the same about whether they're a visitor, so whether they're a contact or if they're an unknown visitor. And that helps you to personalize messaging, talk to them, say, welcome back, Rob. We're glad that you're taking a look at our pricing. Is this something that we can help you with? Obviously, if they're unknown, we don't know who they are, and that's where we're going to want to perhaps ask them their name. You can put different chat flows on different website pages based on the website URL, and that's really important. I think the key to a really good and useful chat flow is ensuring that it is relevant and personalized as best as possible. There is no point just having a generic message because it kind of offers your visitor nothing beneficial to them. And the whole point of why we're trying to do this is to help your visitors and your customers to sort of save time. If they're trying to get in touch for a specific reason, we want to try and understand that really early and ensure that we can help them. Some really great use cases for that. And let's go and have a look at, if I go back to build, I'll just show you some of the other things that we can do. So if we imagine that we were using this for a customer service page or a support page, we could even go ahead and submit a ticket. So we could ask the user if they're having trouble. Is there anything that they can't find on our knowledge base, for example? Do they therefore wish to raise a ticket? We can ask them for their details. We can take that down and we can create a ticket straight from that chat flow. That will obviously then alert the customer service team who monitor tickets. And straight away, that customer is going to be happy that their problem has been dealt with. They haven't had to sit on a phone. They haven't had to be on a queue. They haven't had to email a generic. They can come to the site, come to our support page. Hopefully, we can answer their questions with content and with videos on that page. But if not, we can pop up and say, "Hi there, we're here to help. Can we can we get your problem?" We're going to pass that to a member of our team. We're going to create that ticket. So as soon as they have submitted that to the chat flow, the ticket will create. The ticket's going to automatically email them. So within a matter of minutes, you've got a customer that knows that they've been dealt with in a really, really good way. They've got a raised ticket. A member of the support team is going to be looking at that, and they go away happy. But we wouldn't want that chat flow on every page. So that's where we can use our targeting, which we're talking around here, to ensure that that only appears on pages that are for support. If you're on the home page, you're more than likely going to be dealing with a visitor or somebody that is about to navigate somewhere else. So that might just be a different kind of conversation that you wish to have. So I think by building out different chat flows and placing them on different pages, that gives you the ultimate combination of how to use these tools. Certainly, if you're able to have live reps that can kind of sit there or take responses, then even better, because then that conversation can just be dealt with in real time. But if you don't, I would still suggest that having a chat flow is massively beneficial to your business as opposed to having nothing. Certainly the data that I see, the data that is shared around, 76% of people would rather purchase from a site that has live chat facilities or chatbots. They feel more comfortable, they trust the business more. And actually, I was reading an article only last week, which said around as a conversion action, chat flows and chatbots are now overtaking email as a marketing tool of choice for people to use on their websites. So hopefully from hearing this chat today, go back and watch my conversation last week with Matt, who heads up our HubSpot and inbound department here at Finally. We had a really good conversation for 20 minutes last week, and I'm really pleased to say that I've managed to demonstrate to you in a short space of time how to go ahead and do this in HubSpot Free Tools. As ever, any questions, fire them in to me, connect with me on LinkedIn, subscribe to us on YouTube, and we will do our level best to kind of demonstrate what you want to know and answer any questions you may have. Very specific questions, we can also try and work with you one-to-one and help you talk you through that. We're here to help. We love HubSpot as free tools, and we just want to ensure that you can get the most out of them. So please ask us anything, and we will definitely get either a video or I will be happily pick it up on another live session. So for now, that is my time coming to an end this Tuesday. I really hope that I see some of you again next week. And if you can't make it, just remember, jump over to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and you'll get these videos and a ton of other information from the rest of my team here at Finally. So thanks very much for your time. I wish you all the best for the rest of the week. Take care.